January 10th, 2016, my son was traveling to Baltimore with his friend to pick up her friend, and she was driving on the way back, and he was sleeping in the back seat. She ran a red light at Route 113 in Allendale Crossroads. The car flipped, his Jeep flipped 5 times, it rolled, in the Exxon parking lot. He was conscious and upside down. They got him out, and then they flew him to Christiana. The whole thing. I'm sorry. His cord came out of his column. His chin went into the lower quadrant of his heart. He was on a vent. He had every device. They finally got him well enough in 3 weeks to take him to McGee rehab in Center City, Philly. And that's where we lived. I stayed with him the entire time. He did therapies there, OT and PT, and he did miraculous things there. He is recorded as the fast one off the vent ever in the history of McGee. And right now I drive him back to Philly 2 times a week. He's got movement back in his arms. He's starting to move in his fingers.
Now I'm like moving up my arms, thankfully, you know what I mean? So thanks to a lot of work and therapy, that's just helped significantly with everything.
I came home with Kyle. We walked in the house, and our whole house had to be redone. The piano room now had to become Kyle's bedroom. And they had apparently set everything up for us. Well, Kyle's 6'5", and he's 270 pounds, and he's a big boy. So I just reached out to the internet and on Facebook and does anybody know a van? Does anybody know, where I can get a bathroom done? Blah, blah, blah. Well, Frank Shade messaged me and said, hey, I'm going to hook you up. And he did.
My involvement with the family came, Jeff was a police officer with Milford, and I'm a retired Sussex County paramedic, and we knew each other from the street. And I had happened to see some of the posts about Kyle on my Facebook page, and I reached out to Stephanie and said, if there's anything I can do to help, give me a call. Well, she gave me a call and asked me a question, and I live directly across the street. I'm within walking distance. So I came over, and we chatted a little while, and I said, well, I know some organizations. The ramp they had that Jeff and his friends built was at such an incline, Stephanie literally had to put her feet in the rungs of the stairway to push him up the ramp. So I said, to me, that's just not acceptable. And I called community development, and I talked to Brandy Bennett Nallman over there, and I said, this is my situation, and I know this from my years in the county. I know that this is something you handle. Within 4 days, they had Mike Jones out here, and I think before the end of that week, they had built the new ramp, which has a ramp and a deck that Kyle can get out on now and enjoy some weather, which he's been doing. And I think inside of 4 weeks, they had built him a bathroom. He was being showered when I came over here outside by the pool in February. And that's just, I cannot even imagine how that felt. Now they have a bathroom that he can roll into. Well, actually, Stephanie rolls him into it, and she showers Kyle. Then she showers Franklin, and everybody's up and clean and having a good time again.
I'm sorry.
Tell us a little bit about
But it's
Kyle.
might be a good time to bring a pig.
I know.
Tell us about Franklin the therapy pig.
Okay. Well, one morning, like 4:30, I'm just going through Darmarva buy and sell on the phone, and I see Franklin, this little pig. And so immediately I was very interested because we have a cat, we have a dog, and they give Kyle a couple minutes of his time, but then they take off. And he's kind of needs something with him all the time. So I Googled it real quick, and they are, according to Google, they are the 4th smartest animal. They are clean, they don't get bugs, blah, blah, blah. So I found Franklin on the internet. I called the person, met them, got Franklin, brought him back, and he's Kyle's best friend.
Oh, Franklin has been like a huge help with my arms. Before, I could barely even move them, but I had this little guy named Franklin who my mom found on the internet, and one morning she woke me up and she was like, do you want a pig? And I was like, that sounds awesome. So 30 minutes later, all of a sudden I had a little black pig on me, and ever since then, I would pet him and he would lay on me and we'd watch TV together and hang out. And I would pet him so much that I would gain so much bicep strength that, like, before I could barely even move my arm, and now I'm just flinging it around everywhere, just waiting for my wrist and my fingers to come back.
We go to Philly, and Franklin's Kyle's buddy, and he's a great help. He's helps Kyle. Kyle can move his arms up to here now, which he couldn't do before, down to the wrists. And I contribute that to Amber Dragon, the acupuncturist who comes every week, and Franklin.
Like, you know, people say dogs are your, like, man's best friend. Well, this guy is big, so.
It's a hard situation, and we're making the best that we can out of it. And I'm trying to make Kyle's life as normal as it can possibly be. And I've had great help.
I kind of feel like my life's on pause right now, and everybody like is like moving around me on play, and I feel like a baby. You know what I mean? Like, who has to like relearn how to how to use his body again, and it's like really frustrating. But at the same time, the only thing I can do right now is, you know, try to like fight back and try to move my body again instead of sit there. I mean, like, nothing else I can do. I'm not just gonna like lay there like a lobster while all my friends are like having fun. I'm like 21 right now. Like, this is like my prime like age, you know what I mean? I should be in school right now. I should be having fun every day, like with my friends. It's May right now, and it's June, and I should be out there like enjoying the beach like I used to every day. And
He's a bright young man. He has a great future ahead of him, but, you know, he's going to get lost in the cracks if we don't step up and do something.